Apple might be making a foray into the AI data center race. That's according to a new note from Loop after the tech giant's troubles rolling out those promised AI Siri features. Our Deirdre Bosa has more on today's Tech Check on how this might move that narrative forward, Dee.
And by the way, Carl, this, if it expands into something bigger, would be bullish for Nvidia. But Apple's playbook, it's rarely been about being first, but about being right. And so that has earned them a good amount of patience over the last few years as its mega cap peers were full steam ahead on AI in terms of data centers, their own model building applications. This latest Siri mess, though, it has made clear the cost of waiting. So this new Loop Capital note says Apple is finally making a move in the data center race, a development that could have implications for the AI race at large. Now, the report says Apple's starting relatively small, spending about $1 billion in Nvidia systems, equivalent to about 250 servers, capable of being a much larger LLM cluster. But its entry means that there could be another trillion-dollar player competing for the same high-end chips, energy, and real estate, potentially intensifying GPU shortages and raising AI infrastructure costs at a time when Wall Street, by the way, is growing skeptical of all of this spend without substantial return on investment. Now, this could also signal a shift in Apple's strategy and how it approaches partnerships. Until now, Apple is focused on-device or edge AI. A move into data centers, that would mean more server-side AI processing, suggesting it may be preparing to build its own large language models rather than relying on third parties as it has so far, like OpenAI or Google maybe in the future. Now, in short, this would mark a shakeup in competitive dynamics and AI partnerships right across the industry. That said, guys, this is one report. Doesn't necessarily signal that Apple is going to start shelling out tens of billions of dollars on data centers like Microsoft or Amazon or Meta or Google. The spending has been much, much lower compared to those. What we do know, though, is that the pressure is certainly on. There's no question Apple needs to make a move in AI. Siri is widely seen as one of the biggest opportunity in AI applications. How to get that ROI. It's already native on over 2 billion devices, pushes AI into a new phase of accessibility and engagement, could bring it more to the masses, more features. And guys, we know that there's reportedly someone else now in charge of Siri, Mike Rockwell. It would be plausible to think that we could see a change in strategy coming. Data centers would be a very interesting development.
It would be interesting to see Cook sort of evolve his strategy this late into his tenure. The other thing that I would mention is your bit from Google about quantum made the wires repeatedly overnight and today. And I do wonder, you know, there's a nice chart out of Melius looking at how young people are choosing to go right to AI search rather than just straight Google search and what that might mean for ad dollars down the road.
Right, adding more urgency, right, for these consumer-facing companies like Apple and Google to really get this right, to put the right AI in front of users before a challenger like an OpenAI, which we know obviously is making a ton of progress, kind of eats their lunch. So just all around raising the stakes. And for Google, certainly has a similar opportunity to Apple and, you know, further along on the technology side, can it deliver, execute on it? That's the big question for both.